Call to order the regular common council meeting, Monday, July 15th, 7 p.m. Roll call.
Dunn?
Yes.
McIntyre?
Yes.
Davis?
Yes.
Thomas?
Yep.
Mark Walnuts?
Yes.
Chris Walnuts?
Yes.
Next item is Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge of Allegiance.
And to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Confirmation of appropriate meeting notice.
Meeting was noticed on Friday, July 12th. Agenda is posted at BMO Harris Bank, the library, post office, and City Hall.
Council acceptance of the agenda.
Motion to accept.
Second. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Next item is a public hearing. Hold a public hearing to hear comments regarding the special assessments for Edward Avenue Sidewalk Project. I'll do a little background before we open the public hearing.
Yes, we could. It is a city policy. We have a street reconstruction going on Edward Avenue right now, and city policy dictates that whenever a street is being reconstructed, if there is sidewalk replacement or sidewalk repair or sidewalk or new sidewalk installed, that it be paid for by the property owners. And it has also been customary that the city has basically financed those projects through the special assessment process. So this evening you will consider a resolution regarding special assessments for 8 properties on which there's a schedule in your packet. These are estimated numbers at this point because the project is not complete yet. But you will consider that resolution after your public hearing, and there are 3 blanks in which you have to fill in the blanks of your resolution to answer the questions for how many years people would have to repay the city for the special assessment, what the interest rate would be, and if there's a minimum threshold by which the special assessment would have to be paid in its entirety in the first year.
We'll officially open the public hearing. If there's anyone that wishes to speak on this, please state your name and address for the record.
Joyce Johnson, 922 Mildred Avenue. I live on a corner lot. My side street is Edward. I have to replace one slab, and I was wondering if I'd have to be assessed for that, or if I could just pay it all at once. It couldn't be that much.
Yes, you could. What we'll do is once the project is complete and we know what the final costs are, we will send letters out to everyone, and one of the options available for all the homeowners, regardless of size, is they could pay the entire thing off in one payment at that time.
Oh, okay. And also, you could add all sides. Everybody has to have sidewalks? Correct. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone else? Not seeing anyone else, we will officially close the public hearing and move on to discussing the numbers we need to fill for the resolution itself. If everyone looks at the page that was placed in your packet, it shows the history of what we've done over the past couple projects with the interest rate and threshold and the term limits.
I'm going to make a motion that for the Edwardson project for year 2013, we set the term limits to 5 years, interest rate 3.75%, and minimum threshold at $200.
I'll second that.
That looks like what's already typed in there. That works out real good. Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Mark Walnuts?
Yes.
Chris Walnuts?
Yes.
Dunn?
Yes.
McIntyre?
Yes.
Davis?
Yes.
Thomas?
Yes.
I need a motion to actually vote on the resolution now, don't you?
I'll make that as a motion.
I'll second.
Any discussion on that portion of the process? Hearing none, roll call.
Mark Walnuts?
Yes.
Davis?
Yes.
Thomas?
Yes.
Chris Walnuts?
Yes.
Webb?
Yes.
McIntyre?
Yes.
And that passes 6-0.
So they'll follow that formula from Dickinson and Edward Avenue then?
That's correct.
Okay. So it's like, you'd be like 5 people will be affected by that then?
There are 8 people on the list.
Yeah, but 5 will be affected.
$100 threshold. Okay, we'll move on to personal appearances. If there's anyone in the audience that wishes to speak on anything that is not on the agenda tonight, please state your name and address for the record. And
I'm Bob Taylor of the Dane County Board of Supervisor. I represent Ward 7 of the City of Edgerton. So it's just a small snippet, but it may have some significance to you. I'm sorry I don't come to more meetings, but I represent 8 municipalities all the way from the town of Deerfield up at I-94, the village of Deerfield, the village of Cambridge, the town of Christiana, the village of Rockdale, all being Ward 7 of Edgerton, Rutland, and Dunkirk. Not in that order, but I have to keep it track. This is my wife, Gloria, and she comes and helps me out. I did meet some of your staff, and I met the chief. I probably was correct when I was here last. But my appearance is just, Mr. Mayor and members of the council, if you have any questions about Dane County, I am available to you if you interact with Dane County, you have some need for some assistance. I don't do magic, but I do know my way around bureaucracy, and I can get some things done. And I know that it's a small section of Edgerton, but the CARP Sea, if you're following the news, it certainly impacts your industrial development, and the capital city, what's the CARP Sea stand for? The Capital City Regional Planning Commission certainly impacts, and they are in turmoil right now. I don't exaggerate that, I don't think, but the county has budgeted around $800,000 to $900,000 annually for the survival and the existence of the CARP Sea, and that has been a burden for the county. And the county executive Folk was initially in favor, and then she felt that they weren't cooperating with her plans. And Parisi has also made some statements, very strong public statements about the future of the CARP Sea impacting our budget. So I don't have any news about it. I just know that they're struggling to survive. But if there's any questions, if anybody has any questions about Dane County or things that I should be doing or things I shouldn't be doing, please.
do you have numbers that we can reach at, or
Yes,
brochure type?
I don't know if I dropped these off with Cindy. I think.
Okay. I think.
If you need some directories, I have my business card in here. I do have more in the car. Have you all received a directory of Dane County?
Yeah, got one.
If not, then I will.
Thank you.
I will run out to my car and I have more of these. My business card is in the front. I am accessible. My home phone number is on that card. I'll get some more.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I've got one.
My
Chris,
phone number, you can probably reach Gloria. I'm a busy guy with a job and so forth, but she can reach me fairly quickly.
If we're nice to her.
And certainly, yeah, definitely. And if you have an issue that you want to be on the agenda for, please give me fair warning, and I'll make my business to be here.
What exactly is the role of CARP Sea up there? The county area regional planning commission?
Well, by legislation, CARP Sea had a very ambitious role. Most of it was to manage the water quality system for Dane County, and that had been, they had looked into some planning, and the planning had nudged its way over to zoning, although unofficially, and that's where the controversy has come to bear. But they are solely, and in Pat Lucy's term, there was a special watershed created for Dane County by itself. And that's been the challenge, if you will, and that, of course, water flows beyond political borders. Many of the regional planning commissions in the state of Wisconsin incorporate 7 or 8 counties, and so they get more of a regional view of water management. But Dane County has been solely for Dane County's watershed. So as far as the role that they've played, they have advised the DNR, because they're only an advisory board on metropolitan on MPOs and metropolitan urban expansion plans and USA's urban
Service areas.
Pardon my acronyms, they're not as fresh as I hope, but
We're familiar with some of it.
okay. Yeah, but they do exactly remember the other ones where they have opined and asked for a recommendation to DNR, which DNR turned down. And those USAs were granted to the developers for expansion, and so it kind of dissipated some of their authority, or some of the authority that they felt they had. And they had less impact on the DNR, because the DNR doesn't remain the decision maker in USA. So they have played a sometimes very pivotal role, sometimes a very tertiary role in impacting how developments are created around urban service areas.
Great, thanks.
Well, thank you. You know the rules. We can't discuss a lot of things that aren't on the agenda here, so that's why I asked for the contact information in case somebody does need to get hold of it.
If you do have something that needs to be on the agenda, I'll prepare myself and need staff to come to discuss any of the impacts, that Dane County has on you. I'd be glad to bring staff along, because they're much more knowledgeable than I just speak.
Well, thank you for taking time out of your day to come down and visit with us.
My pleasure. And how many books should I go get? How many would you like? Any directories?
I've got one.
I got one.
So
Okay,
one.
problem. Good.
Any other? I'll bring one in for you, sir. Two. Yes. Anything else? Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else? Moving on to the minutes from July 1st.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Any corrections or additions? Hearing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Committee reports. Ron.
Okay, Finance Committee met earlier this evening. Motion to approve bills and payroll list in the amount of $225,323.83.
Second.
Any questions on the bills? Hearing none. Roll call.
Webb.
Yes.
Christwellner.
Yes.
McIntyre. Davis.
Yes.
Thomas.
Yes.
Mark Walnuts.
Yes.
Sounds like that passed.
Motion to approve an operator's license for Janelle Nelson.
Second.
Any discussion? It did come out of finance with a 2-to-1 vote in favor of granting.
Yes.
Roll call.
Webb.
Yes.
Mark Walnuts.
Yes.
Chris Walnuts.
Yes.
McIntyre.
Yes.
Davis.
No.
Thomas.
Yes. That passes 5-1.
Motion to adopt City of Edgerton Resolution 9-13, dissolving and terminating TIF District Number 3 and authorizing the City of Edgerton Treasurer to distribute excess increment to the overlaying tax districts. I'll second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Webb.
Yes.
McIntyre.
Yes.
Davis.
Yes.
Thomas.
Yes.
Mark Walnuts.
Yes.
Chris Walnuts.
Yes.
And that passes.
Item number 4 is motion to approve the bid from Lawrence Witzel for $1,775 for the surplus squad car. Permission granted to the chief if he's still not interested to move on down the line and take the next best bid.
Second.
If we can just correct the motion was for $1,755, not 75.
For the 55, okay.
Just looking for that.
Wrote it down wrong.
Okay. Motion to sell the squad car to Lawrence Witzel for $1,755. If he does not want the car, move on down the list. Roll call.
Webb.
Yes.
Mark Walnuts.
Yes.
Chris Walnuts.
Yes.
McIntyre.
Yes.
Davis.
Yes.
Thomas.
Yes. And that passes.
Okay. Motion to approve the loan subordination for a CDBG housing loan number 3. I'll second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
The motion include, provided the applicant submit the subordination agreement.
Yes.
Please.
Webb.
Yes.
McIntyre?
Yes.
Davis?
Yes.
Thomas?
Yes.
Mark Walnuts?
Yes.
Chris Walnuts?
Yes.
And that passes.
And that's it for me.
Anything from utilities?
Nothing from utilities.
Anything to bring forward from Public Works?
Not at the present time.
Mayor, alderperson, and staff reports. You got Tobacco Days coming up, I think, real quick now, like this weekend. And the Public Works crew has been out doing a little patching, and very obvious out at the racetrack. Got to take a ride around that just to see how many bumps I could try and find, and I couldn't find any. Anyone else?
Yeah, I hope it's a good weekend. You know, the hot weather's supposed to slow down this weekend.
Get better by Sunday.
And a good car show Saturday to go to. I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Thank you.